Hey everybody, it's Rob here. Today I want to look and show you how this guy here, this like innocent looking, actually he's looking kind of badass, Golem is gonna hit for billions and billions of damage. Like we're on a live game right now, but on the PTR he's literally hitting into the 9 digits. And I just want to like make this video and at least try to explain. I've been talking with many people, but Necro is not my main class. But I've been talking with many experts here of how you scale this Golem and also how you scale the shadow damage over time to reach like kind of these like, you know, 6 to 10 billion hits that we have been reaching on the Druid as well. To one-shot those Uber bosses, or to make your skeleton mages hit for like 50 million, or even just, you know, destroying bosses like this one here, Uber boss with shadow damage over time. So the Necro has some pretty insane mechanics that are kind of new, some of them are old. And yeah, let's just get into it. So I made this spreadsheet here. So you see right now, my Golem is not hitting for much. I don't have like, I'm just with my Bone Spear Necro. I don't really have much DPS, but the base is already, you know, kind of there. And it's like scaling with various stuff. And it's already like a solid build even on the live server right now. But on the PTR, it gets buffed by many, many things, resulting into, at least the way I understood it, this is not a math mistake on Blizzard's part. It's actually how strong or the power level of the build. This is going to be hitting for 10 billion plus damage. It's just, it doesn't really seem like there is something wrong in the calculation. It just seems like the multipliers and the build is just really, really strong. So I'll do my best here to explain you why. And the first reason why the build is strong is because this passive here, called Golem Mastery. So basically, for every point you put into it, it increases the damage of your Golem and life by a multiplicative 25%, right? And so you'd think, yeah, you can only put 3 ranks in. This is already the case, like I'm on a live server right now. It's already the case here on the live server. Let me lower this a bit. So this right now gives me 1.75. What happens on the PTR is, for some reason, you can just roll these ranks to Golem Mastery on almost all of your defensive and utility skill slots. So you can see that you can just get Golem Mastery ranks, like as a, not even tempered, just as a normal stat on an item. And this is the planner here. Shoutouts to Mika who made this. This is the full VPS version. He was confirming hitting for 30 billion with this. So, and this is like the first reason here, the ranks to the Golem Mastery. So you can have this on all of your pieces almost, and every point gives you 25% more damage as a multiplier to the Golem. And you know what happens when you roll it as a greater affix and then masterwork it as well? It basically is becoming +5 ranks to this passive. So you can do this on your helm, you can do this on your chest armor, you can do this on your gloves. You see here, ranks to Golem Mastery. The planner is going to be in the description. You can do this on your pants, and you can do this on your boots. And this, and on the amulet we'll get later too, this results in you have base 3 ranks, and the masterwork greater affix is 5. Helm, chest, gloves, pants, and boots. So this is another 5. So you have 5 times 5, 25 plus 3 base. That means on the PTR, if you have perfect gear that is masterworked, you're gonna have 28 ranks, or in Season 4, to this Golem passive. And this basically means you're 28 times 25% more damage. So the final multiplier just on this one passive alone here is 8 times. So the Golem is basically gonna get an extra 0 just from this passive. And you can kind of do the same thing, I believe, with the skeletons. Actually go minion. Here with the skeleton, it's not quite 25, but it's 20%. So it's not times 8, but it's going to be like times 6 or something. It's also pretty insane. And it rolls the same way. And this is just completely insane. And that's why there's like 2 different builds that are very promising. Here it's the Mage Minion Necromancer, where you do this with the Skeletal Mage Mastery. And it's the Golem Mastery here. And this is like one of the big multipliers. And then on top of this, 28 ranks into this passive that gives you times 8 damage. You have the Hellbent Commander passive that you can roll on Amulet. So you're going to have 6 ranks, giving you another double damage, basically 1.9 multiplier here. I don't have it in game right now, but you can get it. And on top of this, as you know, the minions now benefit to 100% from all your stats, which also includes attack speed. And there is this little note here called Cult Leader. So basically, the minions deal another 15x damage for every 20% attack speed bonus they have. And now, the attack speed bonus that they have is also the attack speed bonus that you have. So this goes up to 200%, resulting in another double damage. And you have a bunch of more multipliers. So you're scaling attack speed, you're scaling these passive ranks, and you're scaling like various other sources. So you have the Hellbent Commander, you have the Golem Mastery. This alone is already, you know, like 16 times the damage. Then you have the attack speed scaling here from Cult Leader. And in general, the Golems have insane multipliers. Like this is just one of them. Like just one legendary node, you put 1 point into it, it does double damage for your Golem again. And then there is also a couple of crazy aspects here. You have the Blight aspect, which gives you in a weapon a 2.4 multiplier. Excuse me, a 3.4 multiplier, because it's 120 times 2, which is 240%, which is 3.4 multiplier. You have Golem damage, and you also have minion attack speed here, further increasing the Cult Leader damage and scaling it up to even crazier amounts. And all of these things combined with many more multipliers just result in these like crazy DPS numbers and the crazy boss kills that you can see in these videos here, where they hit literally like a 4-player Duriel, like they're just hitting it instantly and killing it in, I think, 2 hits. There's one here, you see here, boom, how the life goes down, like it just goes down from 80%, boom, this is one golem hit, like he just dies in like 3 hits basically. And this build is just insane, and according to this, like the numbers do kind of make sense that you end up at 9 billion if you're like, you know, scaling all these multipliers correctly, because there's just so many of them for this Necro. Like there's just too strong, or just very, very strong multipliers that are basically in the game in comparison to any other skill. Which is pretty cool. I mean, I would love to see, like, you know, or like the minions remain like this viable and this strong. Maybe 9 billion might be a bit much, but I'm very happy to see the minions, you know, finally being a very viable meta build here. And yeah, there's just a bunch of like, new aspects. I'm gonna link like both these planners in the description, and you're just gonna like rock this Golem. And you guys notice as well in the Paragon tree, there's just like a bunch of Golem multipliers here. Like I have all the planner like fully done here. And yeah, this is just insane. So there's like just so many multipliers here, like minions deal more damage, like per multi, how many you have active, and yeah, this is just the normal ones here. Corpses nearby and consuming 5 corpses, essence. But yeah, like these multipliers are insane. Like you basically, like this Golem is just gonna hit like a truck, and he doesn't get tired, you know, like you can just keep doing this, and he will also crit. You guys can see here when he is producing a yellow number here when he crits with the Grasping Veins, Corpse Tendrils. They also buffed this one on the PTR. I think it's now a 25% base. So it's like even stronger now. And yeah, this Golem is just nuts. So these combinations basically, I mean, I think the main buff here is the Golem Mastery and the double dipping of stats such as, you know, close damage and this kind of attack speed scaling that you have now with these minions. So not only is he going to attack for this much, he's also going to attack way faster than what he is right now. He's going to like hit like a truck. He's never going to get tired. He's always going to attack. He doesn't need to rest. He doesn't need to replenish his resources, man. He's just a machine, this Goblin, you know, and he'll just keep hammering away on whatever target you put in front of him. So yeah, Necromancer is looking to be really cool. And then there is a second build. Obviously, there was a bug with the new amulet, but there is the shadow build, and even a non-bugged version clears the pits with ease, just the highest pit runs. And this is just the shadow Necromancer. I already made a video about this. It's this one here, like where you basically just, this is no bug, and you just like farm the highest pit in like 2 minutes or something. Just with shadow damage over time, and just a bunch of like Corpse Tendril range. And obviously the bugged version of the build is just like one-shotting everything, which is what you guys saw here earlier. What was it? Oh, this is this one here. Like this one is just also like completely, like this is Uber Greg, I think, like he just spawns. And yeah, he's gone. But this is most likely going to get fixed. And the base version of this, again, I'm going to put this video in the description here as well, is just clearing everything in 2 minutes on the highest tier content. And it seems like very easy, very strong build. You also can't really die. It's the lazy Necro. I'm also going to put that in the description. Super strong. And there is some pretty crazy scaling that this build has as well, apart from the Ebon Piercer that is currently bugged. Which is the Wither passive. And we're going to talk about that here in a second. As you guys can see, like this guy just destroys everything. And the Wither passive is this one here, which basically allows you to triple scale your intelligence. This is basically a quadratic scaling that gets pretty out of hand now because we have so much intelligence bonuses. So Wither, like basically intelligence increases your damage. This is the first scaling. You get more intelligence, you get more damage. But what Wither does is your dots are basically now able to crit based on the amount of intelligence that you have. So then intelligence also scales your crit chance, and intelligence also scales your crit damage of your shadow damage over time, of your shadow dots. And this just gets to some ridiculous numbers. And there's another YouTuber here that already made a couple videos. His name is Operator Otter. So check him out, subscribe. Cool guy. I'm going to link his video here as well. And it basically has some squared scaling here. And he made a full list and explained in great detail how he gets to all these numbers. And I think in his final list, he made a graph here of the exponential in scaling, and you can kind of see here in his
off. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you
in his final list. You guys can see how much damage you get per intelligence. It's basically, he's saying, I'm going to summarize this video real quick, but you can check it out if you want to go into the full detail. I'm going to have this in the description. So every 60 int, you're hitting these Wither breakpoints, and you're getting more base damage, you're getting more crit chance, and you're getting more crit damage. And here in the J column, it basically results in some crazy number. If you keep increasing your int, which you can do with the new tempering and masterworking, and you guys can see here at, let's say, a reasonable int level, which is like, I don't know, like 2000 something, you can reach pretty comfortable on the PTR if you have some masterworked int and stuff. So you're actually like dealing about 10 times more damage just with Wither alone, because it has this like triple scaling. And that is just completely insane. I have the full list that I inserted here. And you guys can just see here, like this is like the final number here, the pure intelligence scaling times the Wither stacks. And yeah, at like the high int levels, 2700 int, you're actually getting 1121% more DPS just from this intelligence alone. And yeah, you have this like crazy scaling here. I have like some benchmarks. So at 1500 int, you're getting 6 times more damage. At 2000 int, you're already getting 9 times more damage. And at 2.5k int, you're already getting 11 times more damage. And this just keeps on scaling. I don't know, like you can probably reach about 3000 int if you really try and masterwork all your int stats. So this is just going to be an insane build that's going to work even if they fix the Ebon Piercer, right? So this is like definitely an S tier build as far as we can tell. I mean, if they just fix the bugs and they don't like, do anything to the power level, it's going to be a really solid build. And yeah, I also have that build here. There's multiple variants of it. I have like a non-bugged just lazy Manta that I'm going to put in the description. This is how it looks. There's many different variations of this. But this is like a version that I've seen being played a lot. There's also a no Uber version. I'm going to put that in the description as well. And yeah, check out Operator Otter here, because he made most of this calculation here, and he explained it very well. And it's just going to be super awesome to see the Necromancer finally shining strong. It has these 2 insane builds that have ridiculous scaling, with the Golem or Skeleton Mastery minions and the shadow damage over time with the new intelligence values. And just in general, Necromancer seems to be one of the strongest classes going into the new season. But you know what? I'm very good with that, man. That's exactly time finally. The Necromancer is shining again, because the last 2 seasons it has been, you know, not performing the best. And I'm really happy to see the Necromancer back at former glory. You guys remember the Bone Spear days on when the game launched. Necromancer was actually one of the strongest classes. And now it looks to be holding the title, or at least close to the strongest class again, with this minions and shadow damage scaling. We'll see what the final patch notes for the PTR will bring. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and this build is awesome. I'm very excited to play this. I'm going to be playing Barb main, but Necromancer is most likely going to be my second class. I want to test the minions again. I actually played the Mendel Necro back in the days. And yeah, probably also going to play some Shadow Necro. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you soon. GG. If you liked this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like or a comment. I'm also live on Twitch almost every day, so come and say hi.